What is up, you guys? So today I just have a quick tip for you guys. It's gonna be a very short video. It's just about this technique that I've been kind of playing around with, and that technique was throwing limiters onto certain tracks. This is kind of a well-known thing. A lot of engineers and producers like to kind of just throw limiters onto some things to kind of beef it up and make it really, big and such. So that's not too unusual, but so anyway, I was messing around with limiters, and then I curiously popped over to like Reddit and Gear Sluts and started reading up a little bit on, using limiters on just things like on single things like kicks and basses and vocals and things like that. And what I found that what some people were doing that proved to be more efficient and was more approved by like big engineers like Dave Pensato and such. Who does this kind of technique on vocals. Apparently, I haven't seen the video, but apparently he does this on vocals sometimes. So what those top engineers are kind of doing differently, as opposed to just throwing a limiter at the end of like a chain like I would on a kick, because that's kind of what I was doing. I would just throw my limiter after my compression. And some people and those top engineers were saying that throwing a limiter before your compressor is better, and it preserves your shape, and it kind of makes the signal sound more dynamic. So it has all these ups to it, and you don't have to do anything differently to the limiter. So what I would do with the limiter on any of these tracks is I would throw the gain up to like 2 dB and leave it there. Anywhere less than 2 dB of gain is fine, but anything above 2 dB of gain is too much. And of course I set my ceiling to negative 0.3, or you could set it to negative 0.1 if you want, but I prefer negative 0.3. And then with the compressor, I just have typical settings, anywhere from negative 3 to 6 dB of gain reduction, kind of quick attack and quick release. And that's really it. So this technique here is gonna help you preserve the shape and dynamics of the signal. So I can kind of demonstrate here. With the kick, let me turn off the limiter. So you can hear that there's more attack and slightly like a nicer it just sounds a little bit unprocessed with the limiter and the compressor combined, which is good. It's because if we listen to the kick without the limiter and compressor, it sounds fine, but it just needs to be sharpened a bit, and that's what this combination does. Helps me control the bass and all that, so that's all good. And again, people like Dave Pensato apparently do this with vocals and such, but this is a technique that you don't want to overuse in a song either. You don't want to throw this on every single chain of a track. You don't want to throw this on everything, like all over your song. You just got to use it on the things that really need it. I allow myself to use it at most 3 times in a song, and usually it goes straight to the kick, to vocals, and maybe another element that I find is important or needs it. And sometimes that might be a bass. If I don't do this on the kick, I'll do this on the bass, like the main bass line, and then I'll do this on vocals. And if there's no vocals, then I'll just either do it on kick or bass, maybe snare, and maybe one other element. So I always allow myself to only do it 3 times per song, just to limit myself from not overusing it. And even then, I don't try to use it as much as possible. This is not something I do in every song either. I don't always need to do it. If it's not having a big effect on the signal, then you don't need to do it. And even in this case, it's I might not need it here so much because the kick is already nice and where I want it to be, but this kind of adds something nice to it as well. So you guys should definitely read up on these kind of things, join in the conversations on Reddit and on gearsluts.com. Those are both like forum sites where engineers and producers go to ask questions and get answers from other people that know what they're talking about. And it's a good place to just spend a few minutes a day just reading up on articles and asking questions and kind of learning something new. And that's what I do. So with all that said, hope you guys kind of have a field day with this technique, kind of play around with it, see how you could use it, and definitely check Reddit and Gearsluts out for like these kind of techniques. I was doing this differently, like I said, until I read up on it a bit, and then I changed the way I do it by adding the limiter before the compressor. So that's pretty much it, you guys. And what else did I want to say? Yeah, add me on Google Plus if you want to see what I'm commenting and liking on YouTube. Or no, I believe on my Google Plus page you can only see what my videos I upload and videos I comment on. And now I only comment on videos that I find would be useful for people that follow me on my page. So it's not like I'm commenting randomly on videos. I comment on like gear that I think is cool, or videos I think might be useful. So just to kind of filter out what I think you guys would also enjoy other than my own videos. And then you can ask me anything on Twitter and all that stuff, the typical spam. So again, thanks guys for watching like always, and peace out.